Good morning. My name is Brent Tuamatin, and I am a member here at Cross and Crown Lutheran Church. And this video is our message for, well, children of all ages. So, from the very young to the very young at heart, we welcome you here to this message. I have something here that is really pretty special to me, and that is my Dodger Rally towel. One of the reasons it's special is when I got it. I got it about 2 years ago when I was able to go and be at a Dodger game. But it wasn't just any Dodger game. This was Game 5 of the National League Championship Series, and Clayton Kershaw was on the mound. What could be better for a Dodger fan? Well, it could have started out better, because in the third inning, the Dodgers fell behind. Milwaukee pushed over a run, and we were down 1-0. And things looked bleak. Well, when in the fifth inning, Clayton Kershaw was supposed to come up to bat, but it looked like he was going to get pulled for a pinch hitter. But then, Austin Barnes came through. He laced a double down the left field line, and that was even extra exciting for me because I was down the left field line. It was like he was hitting it right at me. It was great. And all of a sudden, the game was tied. Then, just 2 innings later, in the 5th inning, Justin Turner and Yasiel Puig each knocked in a run, and the Dodgers were ahead 3-1. So, the Dodger Rally towels were out. But do you think that I was just kind of waving it kind of nice, calm, cool, and collected like this? Not a chance. It was out, and we were hooting and hollering. It was amazing. It is absolutely a amazing feeling to have 50,000 people cheering on the same thing. The energy in that stadium was like nothing I've ever felt before. I love my Dodgers. But it's important for us to realize that just because you love something, that doesn't mean that I have to hate something else. In this case, the Dodgers were playing the Brewers. Just because I loved my Dodgers, and boy was I pulling for my Dodgers to win, that didn't mean that I hated the Brewers. In fact, I'll go so far to say, and for those of you who are Dodgers fans, you understand this, I won't even say that I would hate the San Francisco Giants. Hard to believe. But that's such an important point. My daughter Casey loves ice cream. If you mention the word ice cream to Casey, she gets excited. But just because Casey loves ice cream, that doesn't mean that she doesn't like chocolate. I know. I was a kid once. Somebody out there is saying, yeah, but you can have chocolate ice cream. Or you can put chocolate syrup on your ice cream. You can have both at the same time. Or you can have chocolate ice cream with chocolate syrup. All right. But also, just because Casey loves ice cream doesn't mean she doesn't also love pizza. It doesn't mean that she doesn't like salmon or hamburgers or broccoli. Okay, maybe with the broccoli I've gone a little bit too far. For some of you at least, I happen to like broccoli. Just because we love one thing doesn't mean that we can't have enough room in our heart to love other things. And it definitely doesn't mean that we have to hate something else. Just because I love the Dodgers doesn't mean that I hate the Brewers or hate the Giants. Just because I love my mother doesn't mean that I'm not going to have enough room in my heart to love my father just as much. I love Casey, but that doesn't mean that I love Ryan or Alex or Danielle any less than I love Casey, because there's room in our hearts for all of that. That is so important for us at this time, because it's an easy thing for our love for one thing to spill over into hate for something else. And that's something that should never happen. Remember that Jesus said that we are to love our neighbors as ourselves, and we are to love God with all of our hearts. We have to love ourselves, we have to love our neighbors, and we have to love God. And thank goodness there is enough room in our hearts for all that love. Let's go ahead and pray. Lord, thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for our capacity to love. Thank you for our ability to love, being able to grow and encompass more and more and more things all the time. Thank you for being with us. We ask you to guide us and to protect us and to keep us from letting our love for one thing evolve into dislike or hate for something else. We ask you to be with us always, and we ask all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.